Okay, so now we're going to have a look at question 4, which is a question on functions. It says that f and g are two functions, and their domains are here. So f is equal to x cubed, and the numbers we can, or the values of x we can put into that is any value of x, any real value of x. And then g of x, the domain of that is any real value of x, except we can't put 3 in. If we put 3 in, we end up doing 1 divided by 3 minus 3, which is 1 divided by 0, and that's not defined. So question 4a, state the range of f. Well, what values of x can I get out of x cubed? Well, I can put anything into it, and it gets cubed. If I put a negative number in, it gets cubed, it becomes negative. So basically, f of x can be any real value. Okay, so we can write that as any real number, I suppose. Okay. Solve the equation fg of x equals 64. So first of all, we've got to do this composite function, work out what that is, and put it equal to 64, and then solve it. So we're doing 4b, part I. We want to find out what fg of x is. So g of x is 1 over x minus 3, and f is x cubed, so it's going to be all of that cubed. So when fg of x equals 64, what we're saying is that 1 over x minus 3 cubed, and we're going to put it equal to 64, and we're going to try and solve that, try and find the value of x that satisfies that. So to go about solving that, we are going to we're going to do the cube root to get rid of this power here. And if I do the cube root of both sides, on the left-hand side, I'm going to end up with 1 over x minus 3, and on this side, I'm going to end up with 4, because 4 cubes is going to be 64. And then I can say that x minus 3 equals a quarter. So x equals 3 plus a quarter. And I guess we can write this as a mixed number, 3 and a quarter. The inverse of g is g to the minus 1, and g to the minus 1. So we're trying to find the inverse. Now, let's just write g out, so we're clear on what that is. So x equals 1 over x minus 3. Now, to find the inverse, there's a few different ways that people tend to do this. We're going to write that like that. We're going to write g like that. And then we swap the x and the y's around. So x equals 1 over y minus 3. And we're going to rearrange to make that, to make y the subject. So let's just swap that around like that. And then I can, let's move across here. I'm going to get y minus 3 equals 1 over x. So y equals 1 over x plus 3. And remember that this y that we put into it is the inverse function, is g to the minus 1. So g to the minus 1x equals 1 over x plus 3. There we go. And then the final question, state the range of g to the minus 1x. Well, the range of this, of g to the minus 1x, because it's the inverse of g, the domain and the range swap over for inverses. So whatever the range was of g will be the, sorry, what are we trying? We're trying to find the, we want the range of g to the minus 1x. So the range of g to the minus 1x will be the domain of g, and the domain of g is all real values of x apart from 3. So we can say for 4b part 2 that g to the minus 1 x cannot be 3. And that's that question.